Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
Why are only Caitlin Clark's games being moved to the United Center? Angel Reese recently expressed frustration to reporters, seemingly puzzled by the Sky's decision to upgrade venues only when the Indiana Fever come to town. The answer might be tough to hear, but sometimes the truth can sting.
Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
When a phenom enters the league and forces teams to change venues because 10,000 seats aren't enough, it's not just about star power, it's economic reality. The Indiana Fever set an all-time home attendance record of nearly 341,000 fans last season at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, while the Chicago Sky didn't even come close. Yet somehow, Angel Reese has convinced herself that both teams are equally responsible for growing the game. We've got all the screenshots, sales data, and receipts to back up this embarrassing arena situation that's left Angel absolutely furious.
So it looks like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
Did you catch how quickly the Chicago Sky announced they're moving only the Indiana Fever games to the United Center? Let's break down what that really means. The Chicago Sky just dropped a huge announcement that's got the WNBA world buzzing. They're relocating 2 specific games in the 2025 season to the legendary United Center. And guess which 2 games those are? You got it, both matchups against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This isn't just a random venue swap. It's a statement that speaks volumes.
When Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect? No. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
What makes this decision so fascinating is the timing. The Sky played their entire 2024 season at the modest 10,000-seat Wintrust Arena, including every single game featuring their own rookie, Angel Reese. Not once did the organization feel compelled to move to a bigger venue, not even during the height of Angel's rookie season when she was supposedly drawing massive crowds. Yet now, suddenly, they're shifting games for the Indiana Fever matchup. It raises some serious questions.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player, it's because of her too.
Now, all of a sudden, with Clark coming to town, Sky President Adam Fox is talking about rewarding fans' passion and dedication. He says Chicago Sky fans have always shown up for the team, and they want to reward their passion and dedication by expanding capacity. But wait, if it's really about rewarding loyal Sky fans, why only for these 2 specific games? What makes these matchups so special compared to the rest?
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000-seat arena.
The numbers tell a story that no one wants to admit out loud. The United Center holds nearly 21,000 fans for basketball, more than double the capacity of Wintrust Arena. This isn't just a venue change. It's a business decision that acknowledges an uncomfortable truth about star power in the WNBA. The Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark are a spectacle, and Chicago isn't alone in recognizing that. Just look around the league. The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, and Connecticut Sun have all made similar moves, relocating their Fever matchups to larger arenas. See the pattern? These teams aren't randomly upgrading venues. They're doing it specifically for games featuring Caitlin Clark. At this point, moving Fever road games to bigger venues is the norm. It happens regularly when Clark comes to town. But in Chicago's case, it's especially interesting given the opponent and the venue. Fan reactions on social media say it all. Many are frustrated that only the Clark matchups are getting the upgrade. Some argue that Angel Reese's drawing power isn't being given the same respect, questioning why her games aren't receiving similar treatment. If Angel were truly as big of a star as Clark, wouldn't the Sky be moving more of their home games to the United Center? The reality is in the numbers. Last season, the Indiana Fever shattered the WNBA's single-season home attendance record, drawing over 341,000 fans, a 36% increase over the previous record from 2001. They also broke the 20,000 attendance mark 3 times. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky, with Angel Reese on the roster, didn't hit that milestone even once. In fact, their franchise attendance record still stands from 2016, long before Reese even stepped onto a college court. When Clark and Reese faced off last season, ticket prices exploded, with some seats reselling for thousands. But Sky games without Clark? Nowhere near that level of demand. Even for the upcoming season, Sky home game tickets can still be found at bargain prices, while Fever home games have been sold out for months. There's a fine line between hate and facts. The WNBA saw a 40% increase in viewership from 2022 to 2023, but with Clark's arrival, that number skyrocketed to 400%. And last year, the Fever averaged 36% more fans on the road than any other team. Even the league itself admitted that over 25% of total revenue last season could be traced directly to Clark. That's not just star power, that's league-altering influence. This isn't about diminishing Angel Reese's talent. She has her own following. But when you publicly position yourself as an equal draw to someone who is demonstrably bringing in twice the audience, the numbers become an undeniable reality check. There's a big difference between saying you bring fans to the arena and actually filling those seats. The Sky aren't playing favorites, they're making smart business decisions. If Angel's star power were equal to Clark's, the Sky wouldn't just move 2 games, they'd move all of them. Instead, teams across the WNBA are responding to Clark's economic impact in a way they never have before. And it's not just Chicago. The Mystics moved their Fever matchup to Baltimore's CFG Bank Arena. The Connecticut Sun are playing theirs in Boston's TD Garden. This isn't a coincidence, it's a direct response to demand. What's even wilder? Caitlin Clark predicted this a year ago. After a game, she casually mentioned, "I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would be really good for the game and for women's basketball fans in Chicago." Flash forward, and her words are now reality. The financial impact is massive. The United Center move alone is projected to bring in an additional $4 million just from 2 games. That's not pocket change for a league that has struggled with profitability. That's why teams are moving fast to lock in bigger venues. Meanwhile, Reese's off-court ventures tell a different story. Her participation in the unrivaled 3x3 league barely moved the needle. The contrast is clear. While Clark's presence forces teams to expand seating, Reese's hasn't created the same urgency. Fans are divided, but the economics don't lie. One viral tweet put it bluntly, "Funny how they never moved Angel's games to bigger arenas when she was breaking records, but the minute Clark comes to town, suddenly they need 20,000 seats." Another fan shot back, "Maybe if Angel focused less on who's getting attention and more on developing a jump shot, she wouldn't have to worry about venue sizes."
Ouch.
At the end of the day, this isn't personal, it's business. The WNBA is finally aligning with what fans have been voting for with their wallets and attention. And right now, those votes overwhelmingly favor Caitlin Clark. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.